Yo, what's going on, you guys? You already know my name is Strozier. Anybody that knows me knows that I have worked a lot of jobs. I've actually worked 7 jobs since 2018, and I'm going to be ranking these jobs based off of 4 criterias: managers, co-workers, customer service, and the level of stress. So I'm going to be using this tier list right here to rank all the jobs that I've worked, and I also want you guys to let me know your job experiences and the jobs that you have worked. Also, please like this video right now because I want to try to hit 20 likes, and definitely subscribe because I know like 90% of the people that watch my videos, according to my analytics, are not subscribed. So you definitely gotta subscribe. And let's just get into the video. The first job I ever worked was at Pelican Snowballs, which I'm pretty sure if you live in this area, you definitely know what that is. So the first red flag was you have to like send them a message on Facebook to apply. So I was like, well, that's a little bit weird. Why don't they have an actual application process? The second red flag was the interview was a group interview and there was like 7 to 10 of us and we all got hired on the spot. The third red flag, when it was time to put in all my information, I was actually called on the phone and the guy was like,
yeah, so I just need to get some of your information. What's your social security number? What's your routing number? What's your bank account number?
I was like, yo, I don't really feel comfortable like giving that over the phone. Is there any way that I can just fill it out?
Well, yeah, I can get you the papers some other time, but yeah, we'll do that later.
That's definitely not how you run a business. And they were always overstaffed, so you barely got any hours anyway. I probably got about maybe 6 hours of training and then I never worked again. Also because the 2 managers would never get back with me about getting my routing number and stuff. Fun fact, I never got paid. So when it comes to Pelican Snowballs, it gets put on the F tier. The second job I ever worked was at Cold Stone. This job was a little bit better. They hired about 15 people again. I started off by cleaning. I was cleaning stuff that I definitely know for a fact had not been cleaned since the store opened. They had me cleaning under the waffle machine makers, which had like inches thick of caked up waffle batter. Literally no one has ever cleaned this stuff. Also, the manager had gone to Chicago for a week. He didn't want anybody getting trained while he wasn't there. Red flag, because I had seen other people that I got hired with training, but I didn't understand why I couldn't finish my training. So I waited about a week. I texted him again. It took him like 2 to 3 days to respond. And he said,
just come to the shop and then I'll give you your payment. Thank you for your time.
Literally, that made no sense. I feel like he hired me to do like a deep cleaning of the store and then was like, okay, thank you. So when it comes to Cold Stone, this job gets put on the E tier. The third job I ever worked was in the 2019 holiday season at JCPenney. I was only a seasonal hire, but like when you get hired in the holiday season, everything is at its peak. I had some great coworkers who will most likely see this video. All the homies that worked at JCPenney, shout out to y'all. The level of stress wasn't really that high. The customers, of course, you had some Karens because people don't know how to read signs, or people try to use expired coupons, or people get like $300 worth of stuff and then their card declines and they're like, hold on, let me get another card, and then they never come back. I was let go in like 2020 January, but yeah, it was a pretty lit experience. I won't forget that little seasonal hire time working at JCPenney. So when it comes to JCPenney, it gets placed on the A tier. Job number 4, Smithfield Barbecue. I kinda did make a video about this before. At this point, it was during quarantine. By day 1 of the job, I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be it for me. Working on the fast food line, it is pretty high level of stress. You gotta learn the menu, you gotta learn how to read the little thingies when they're drive-through people are ordering. When you're new, you're kinda like, oh crap, I don't really know what to do, and there's not really a slow training process. It's like you get thrown in, it's like, go ahead and swim. The managers, I didn't have any problem with any of the managers. They were all good. The coworkers are pretty good except for this one dude named probably shouldn't say his name, but this dude named was a very fightable person. He had been working there for like a month, so obviously he had more experience than me, but he really thought that he was my manager. Hey, you need to make this blase blah sandwich. I was like, I already made it. He got mad at me because he was like, well, you don't know if I made it already. I had to like call one of the managers over because I was like, yo, this dude right here is doing a lot, so you need to handle it before I handle it. So when it comes to Smithfield Barbecue, definitely did not like it at all, but it does get put on the B tier because of the managers and most of the coworkers except for that dude named. The 5th job that I worked was at PetSmart. All the managers there were very nice. The people that I worked with were nice. Most of the customers were pretty good. I feel like people who own a lot of pets typically are the nicest people. Obviously, you did have some Karens that would come in. I did have to learn a lot about animals and all that. People there think that you're like a little veterinarian, which you're not. When it comes to the level of stress at the job, at times it would be pretty high. The pet care part, that would be like working directly with the animals, like the lizards, the snakes, the hamsters, the fish, the frogs, all that stuff. Fish people would be the absolute worst people. They would want to put some koi fish in like a 15-gallon tank. You can't put koi fish in that type of tank because koi fish can get like a foot to a foot and a half long. So they'd be like, yeah, I want this koi fish right here. I'll be like, oh, okay, you got like a 15-gallon tank? They're like, yeah, I have everything for it. I'll be like, well, you actually need a 75-gallon tank. And then they would get this look on their face that I would be like, shoot, he got me. But yeah, I really didn't like working with the animals directly, so primarily they did keep me on the register. So when it comes to PetSmart, it does get put on the A tier because of the managers, the other co-workers that I had. It was a pretty good experience, but it just wasn't for me because I didn't really like animals like that. The 6th job I worked was at Old Navy. Now, I thought when I was leaving PetSmart, I was like, you know what? This is my lane. I have the drip. I have the fashion. I got it. I was very, very mistaken. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was because I was in a pet store for so long, but when I transitioned from pet store to retail, I was a fish out of water. Literally a fish out of water because I was working at this. The managers were nice. I primarily did the truck stuff. I made a video about the job experience there, so go back and watch that if you haven't watched it. Now, obviously, they want you to get people signed up for the credit cards. They want you to get people to sign up for the reward system. But one thing, people don't want credit cards.
We're down 15%, you guys. Go around the store and get people signed up.
So we would have like these little iPod things, and you'd be like, hi, do you want to sign up for the credit card or the reward system? No. Okay. Hi, do you want to sign up for the credit card or the reward system? No. Okay. Hi, do you want to say? And that got old, bro. Also, one of the things that was weird is they made you track how many people you got signed up for the credit cards, the reward system, and how many people said no. It was very stressful, especially doing the truck stuff where you have literally 30 to sometimes 40 boxes of clothes you have to do by yourself in like a 5-hour span. Usually when I work a job and I leave, I give them some type of 2 weeks notice. I'm sorry, but I can't put my 2 weeks notice in. I'm quitting today and I won't be coming back. When it comes to Old Navy, the managers were nice, the co-workers were very nice, the level of stress was very high for me personally. Old Navy gets put on the D tier. The 7th job that Jay Strozier worked at was Aldi. I had never worked in a grocery store before. I felt like it would be best for me to do a stock position because dealing with customers becomes very repetitive. I got the stock position, very well paying job, very, very nice managers. That job is kind of in the future. Customers have to bag their own items. You don't have to bag people's stuff. Pretty much everything is just put in a box and put on the shelf. Like, it's not like Walmart or Sam's Club where everything's individually taken out. It was much easier for the stock workers because you were pretty much taking off some of the box and putting it on the shelves. It was nice working a stock job, getting there early in the morning. Obviously, you have to do things at a certain pace. They kind of wanted you to finish like the giant pallets of stuff within a certain time. The managers there were very nice. The experience as a stock worker there was very good. So when it comes to working at Aldi, it definitely gets put on the A tier for me. So that is it. Those are the 7 jobs that I worked at. I'm gonna try to put out more relatable videos like this that are kind of just fun rather than like those political type rants that I be doing. Let me know in the comments of some other video ideas that I should do if you have any. And as always, remember to stay productive and don't act stupid.
Lately, I've been spending time by myself, riding by myself, staying out the way, quiet as kept. Drive through the city, me, myself, and I going